Jai Hind, dear students. Today we are going to start a new chapter depreciation, provision, and reserve. Already we have learned the concept of depreciation. Today we are going to learn how to prepare the accounts, especially related to machinery account and depreciation account, also provision for depreciation account. In this chapter, we will learn the preparation of machinery account and depreciation account under two different methods. So, welcome all of you. Don't forget to watch the video up to the end. Very important area for your higher studies also. Depreciation, that is the amount shows decline in the value of asset. Depreciation is a gradual and permanent decrease in the value of an asset from any cause. Normally, it happens due to wear and tear, continuous usage, or at the expiry of a lifetime. The value of asset, especially fixed asset, it will decrease. That is depreciation. It may be described as a permanent, continuing, and gradual shrinkage, means shortage in the book value of fixed asset. So it is a loss in the value of asset. It is a loss for the firm. So definitely we have to adjust it in the accounts of the books of accounts. So the different features of depreciation it includes, it is the decline in the book value of fixed asset. Remember, it is the decline means decrease in the value. It shows depreciation shows the decrease in the value of books in the fixed assets, and the decrease or depreciation, it is a continuous process. It will continue up to the end of the lifetime, end of the usage of that fixed asset. It will continue the decline, the process of decrease, it will continue. And it includes a loss of value due to usage or obsolescence. Usage or obsolescence means what? Continuous usage, continuous prior, what? Through continuous usage it will decrease automatically, and it is an expired cost, and must be deducted from calculating taxable profit. So you know very well, whatever may be the amount of depreciation we are calculating, it will be debited in the profit and loss account. That shows we are adjusting the amount of loss from every year's profit. That is why we are recording it in the debit side of profit and loss account. So my dear students, these all are the important features, key features of depreciation. And what are the different causes of depreciation? You have to know, also some points why the depreciation happens. Due to the wear and tear due to the usage or passage of time, or passage of time means there will be a stipulated period for the machinery or anything which will be used. So after that time, if we are using continuously after that particular time, it will be what? Depreciated. And obsolescence another matter. Obsolescence also shows the decline, shrinkage, decrease in the value of asset, and expiration of its legal rights. Legal rights means some assets are used for maybe a particular period as per the legal provisions. We have to use it only for the 5 years, 3 years, like that. After, you know very well, in KSRTC, the buses are, especially the buses are used only for 14 years, and the long route buses they will use only for 5 or 3 years, like that. After it, they will transfer that bus into ordinary. Like that in business also, we have to use it as per the legal provision only for some assets are there still which is harmful for the what environment. That type of assets we have to use only for that particular period. That is expiration of legal rights. And a lot of normal factors are there, normal factors like natural calamities or any other type of reasons which will deduct the value of the asset. That are the causes related to depreciation. And why we have to learn the concept of depreciation, the need or objectives of depreciation, why we are using the depreciation account in the books of accounts. Actually, we have to find out what is the loss. Then only the loss means the loss in the value of fixed asset. Then only we will get the clear cut picture of the profit, true picture of the profit and loss of a business firm. So, to know about the true picture of the business firm or to calculate the actual profit or loss, we have to find out or to ascertain what the value of depreciation. And another one is it is calculated, depreciation value is calculated to find out what is the actual amount of tax. After deducting depreciation, the remaining amount of profit, from that we are paying the tax. So to know the actual amount of tax, we have to deduct. If we are deducting that loss, the amount of tax also will be reduced. And to ascertain the true or fair financial position of the organization. True or fair financial position means we are able to identify what is the actual financial position of the firm. So only due to the calculation of the value of depreciation and compliance with the legal provisions, as we said earlier, to prepare the actual financial records, final accounts. Every time we have to include all the losses in the organization and also all the revenues in the organization. Here, it is a loss. Depreciation is a loss. So to prepare the correct and true, valid financial accounts, final accounts, we have to record the amount of depreciation in the books of accounts. What are different factors or basis for providing depreciation? On what aspects we are providing or calculating depreciation? The value of depreciation is calculated based on the following factors like cost of the asset. That means while calculating the value of asset, we will consider the cost of the asset, estimated net residual value. Estimated net residual value means what is the value of the asset after its continuous usage. Depreciable cost, if there is any cost or expense related to the depreciation. Estimated useful life, for how many years it will be used. All these things we have to consider. So moving to the very important area, methods of calculating depreciation. Methods of calculating depreciation. Here we are going to learn two different methods. One among that is first one, straight line method. It is also known as fixed installment method. Straight line method or fixed installment method. So depreciation calculation is a continuous process. Every year we are calculating the amount of depreciation and we are deducting it from the profit and loss account debit side. So it is a continuous process. So two different methods are used to calculate the value of depreciation and to adjust it in the books of accounts. So first method is straight line method. Only one feature of this method, the amount of depreciation will be same. The amount of depreciation will be same for the whole years. Every year the amount of depreciation will same. That is adjusted in the machinery account and in the profit and loss account. That is deducted from the machinery account and debited in the profit and loss account. The amount of depreciation will be same. And yet another method we will learn, that is diminishing balance method. In that the amount of depreciation will vary. It will not be same. Maybe if we are calculating depreciation for 5 years, there will be a different amount for depreciation in diminishing balance method. But in fixed installment method, the amount of depreciation will be same every year. This method is based on the assumption of equal usage of time. Why the amount of depreciation is same every year? Because due to the assumption of equal usage of asset. We are considering that the asset is used equally for all the useful life. So that amount of depreciation also will be same. So according to this method, a fixed and equal amount is charged as depreciation. Remember that, that is very important. That is the factor which differentiate this method from the second method, diminishing balance method. So in under this straight line method or fixed installment method, the amount of depreciation, charged on the fixed asset, it will be fixed. The amount will be same every year. Depreciation amount can be calculated. The amount of depreciation can be calculated by using another important formula. Just remember the important formula: cost of asset, cost of net asset or cost of asset minus estimated net residual value divided by number of years of expected life. Cost of asset minus estimated net residual value divided by number of expected life. This estimated net residual value is also known as scrap value. You know the meaning of the term scrap, isn't it? Estimated net residual value means after its continuous use, what is the remaining amount in the books of accounts. That is net residual value. So remember about that concept. What is how we can calculate the amount of depreciation. So the cost of the asset minus estimated net residual value divided by number of years of expected life. If the rate of depreciation is not given, we can calculate. Sometimes they will ask for the question. You have to calculate the value or the rate of depreciation. There you can use the equation amount of depreciation divided by total cost of asset into 100. Amount of depreciation divided by total cost of asset into 100, that is the equation. And my dear students, what is the total cost of the asset? Suppose you are purchasing a machinery of rupees 4 lakh for your business. You may think that that is its price. Suppose you are purchasing this machinery having rupees 4 lakh from Bombay. From Bombay, you are purchasing this machinery having rupees 4 lakh. Definitely, you will spend lot of money like transportation cost, like maybe 1 lakh. You are spending rupees 1 lakh for the transportation cost to bring that machinery from Bombay to Kerala or to your native place, and you are spending loading and unloading charges rupees 50,000. You are spending 1 lakh again for its installation in your factory. So if I am calculating the cost of the asset, there will be 4 lakh its original price plus 1 lakh transportation plus 50,000 its loading and unloading charges and plus 1 lakh installation charges. I will write cost of the asset is equal to 6 lakh 50,000, because while we calculating the total cost of the asset means the asset which is now available in your institution in a working mode. Whatever it may be, the up to that time, whatever maybe you spend for its use, its arrival from Bombay to your factory area, so that amount also a part of the total cost of the asset. So while we're calculating the amount of cost or the cost of asset, you have to consider the charges like installation charges, loading and unloading charges, transportation, anything, any expense related to that assets purchase, that you have to include in the books of accounts as cost of the asset. That is another important area you have to consider. So please keep in mind all these points. We have to look at the entries, journal entries related to. So before that, we have to learn the second method. So first method is straight line method or fixed installment method. The amount of depreciation will be same every year. And another method is written down value method. Written down value method, or it is also known as diminishing balance method. Diminishing balance method, the method that the name as it indicates, the depreciation is calculated on the value of asset diminishes the closing balance of every year. My dear students, we are calculating the depreciation in the balance available every year at the end of the accounting year. On that value, we are calculating the amount of depreciation. So definitely it will vary. It will vary, it will decrease. Why? Because after deducting the depreciation from original price of the asset, the total cost of the asset, the value of the asset will decrease. Definitely it will decrease. So in the next year, the amount of depreciation also decrease. It is also known as a reducing balance or reducing installment method, diminishing balance method. Under this method, the depreciation is calculated at a certain fixed percentage. That means the percentage of depreciation will be there in the question. Each year on the decreasing book value, commonly known as written down value. Based on that, we are calculating the amount of depreciation. Depreciation is calculated on the decreased value or written down value of that asset. So that is the thing you have to keep in mind. So these are the two different methods of calculating depreciation, and the common journal entries include in the recording of depreciation include first one. It is related to, you know very well, if we are purchasing the product from, means the fixed asset from Bombay, we have to write the first entry for the purchase of an asset. Definitely the entry you know very well, asset account debtor to bank or vendor. If we are paying the cash, asset account debtor to cash or bank. If it is on credit, asset account debtor to vendor or creditor. Asset account debtor to vendor or creditor. Remember the journal entry. And the narration we have to write with the cost of an asset including installation expense, freight, everything. We have to write the value. So my dear students, that is the first entry. And how we have to record it in the asset account. Normally we are preparing asset account, depreciation account, and sometimes provision for depreciation account. So in asset account, we have to write in the debit side what the value of bank asset purchased. It includes the total expense. It includes the total expense also. Purchase price plus installation charges, freight, carriage, loading and unloading charges, its installation, everything we will write in the debit side of asset account to bank like that. So remember that entry and how to write the item in the accounts. And second entry we have to record related to depreciation. So assets, when assets purchased, we will write in the debit side of the asset account to bank, and when we calculate the amount of depreciation, it will be noted in the credit side of asset account by depreciation. So the journal entry will be depreciation account debtor to asset account, depreciation account debtor to asset account, and that amount is related to depreciation. Narration is with an amount of depreciation. And in the asset account credit side, we are showing that item by depreciation. In asset account, we are showing in the credit side by depreciation. So this is the way we have to record the entries. And remember, the amount of depreciation, definitely we will transfer it into the profit and loss account. So profit and loss account debit side we are showing, isn't it? I am remembering that adjustment. So profit and loss account after to depreciation, it will be noted in the debit side of profit and loss account to depreciation. So that is another entry. If we are opening the provision for depreciation account, provision means, you know very well, it is a loss. Depreciation is a loss. So we have to keep an amount from profit every year to adjust the amount of loss. That amount will be transferred. The amount taken from the profit to meet the amount of loss will be transferred to provision for depreciation account. That amount will be transferred to provision for depreciation account or accumulated depreciation account. In that account, we will write the entries: depreciation account debtor to provision for depreciation, profit and loss account debtor to depreciation. Remember all these entries: depreciation account debtor to provision for depreciation and profit and loss account debtor to depreciation. Remember all these journal entries, very important. My dear students, we are going to solve one problem to learn how to calculate the value of depreciation. So just read the question very carefully. ABC Private Limited purchased a machinery for rupees 4 lakh on 1st April 2018 and spent rupees 80,000 for its installation. Its expected useful life is 5 years. Its estimated scrap value, the net residual value, is rupees 40,000. How we have to calculate the amount of depreciation? Please remember the equation cost of the asset minus net residual value or scrap value divided by the estimated useful life years. So please remember the equation cost of the asset minus estimated net residual value or scrap value divided by number of years expected life. So in this question, 4 lakh is the amount of purchase value of the asset plus its installation price 80,000. So 4 lakh 80,000 minus the scrap value. After 5 years continuous use, the scrap value estimated, not original value, estimated is 40,000. So 4 lakh 80,000 minus 40,000 divided by the useful life of years, it is 5 in this question. We will get 88,000 as the amount of depreciation. How we can calculate the percentage of depreciation? It's very simple. Use the equation amount of depreciation divided by total cost of asset into 100. Amount of depreciation is 88,000 divided by 4 lakh 80,000. That is the total cost of the asset into 100. We will get 18.33. We will round it as 18 percentage is the estimated rate of depreciation. So 4 lakh 80,000 into 18 percentage, that is the amount 88,000 depreciation. So please remember the calculation of the value of depreciation. So we are going to learn how to prepare the accounts. How to prepare the accounts under the method, first one straight line method, and when we are not maintaining any amount, means any account related to provision. If we are not maintaining the provision for depreciation account, how to prepare the asset account and the depreciation account, that is the case. So Soham purchased a machinery of rupees 1 lakh on 1st July 2017. Another machinery was purchased for 50,000 on 1st January 2019. Depreciation is charged on 10% per annum by straight line method. Accounts are closed on every year 31st December. Pass the necessary journal entry, show machinery account and depreciation account for the 3 years. We have to prepare the account for 3 years, 2017, 18 and 19. That is the concept. So please remember the values. First, we have to write the journal entry. So first entry will be the entry related to purchase of asset. Machinery account debtor to bank, amount will be 1 lakh. Then we are calculating the depreciation. When we calculate the amount of depreciation, we have to be very careful. We have to be very careful because the calculation, there we have to find the amount of depreciation based on the period it is purchased. Based on the period it is purchased. So how we can calculate the amount of depreciation? Please go through the different steps we have to calculate the amount of depreciation. So there we have to use the equations very carefully. Remember what is the value of depreciation and also how we can calculate the amount. How we can calculate the amount of depreciation, it's very important. So 1 lakh is the price of the asset and here we have to use the 1 lakh is the price of the asset, but it is purchased on 1st July. It is purchased on 1st July. And remember the accounts are closed on December. Accounts are closed on December 31st. So depreciation can be calculated like this. Actual value of depreciation is what? The amount of depreciation is 5,000, isn't it? Amount of depreciation is 5,000, but we have to calculate the value of depreciation. The amount 5,000, how we are getting? Actually, the amount of asset is 1 lakh into percentage 10 by 100 into what is the period for which we have to calculate? Actually, we are calculating the depreciation for the whole year, isn't it? In this problem, the financial year begins from January, ends in 31st March, 31st December, 31st December. But this asset is purchased on 1st July. It is purchased on 1st July. So we have to calculate for 6 months depreciation. How the 6 months is getting? From 1st July to 31st December, we have to calculate the depreciation. So 6 by 12. The, in this way, we are getting 5,000. Actual value of depreciation is what? Normal value of depreciation is 1 lakh, 1 lakh into 1 lakh into 10 by 100, we will get the amount of depreciation as what? 10,000. Fixed amount of depreciation is 10,000. But in the first year, we have to calculate the depreciation for 6 months because it is purchased on first July. So entry depreciation account debtor to machinery account, depreciation account debtor to machinery account. The amount of depreciation only for the first year it will be 5,000, but in the next year it will be 10,000. So remember, profit and loss account, we are transferring that amount of depreciation to profit and loss account every year. So profit and loss account debtor to depreciation 5,000. Profit and loss account debtor to depreciation account 5,000. That amount of depreciation transferred. So the recording of transaction for the first year it is over. These three entries we have to write in the account of machinery and the depreciation account. Two accounts we are preparing. In the two accounts we are recording these two items. And remember, in the second year we have to give full amount of depreciation. Second year we have to give full amount of depreciation. So 2018 December 31st, amount of depreciation will be 1 lakh into 1 lakh into 10 by 100. So 10,000 is the amount of depreciation. That amount also transferred in that year to profit and loss account to depreciation 10,000. Profit and loss account to depreciation 10,000. And in 2019, January 1st, they purchased another, in the beginning they purchased another machinery. So machinery account to bank. In the third year they purchased another machinery. So entry will be machinery account to bank 50,000. That will be transferred to machinery account, debited to machinery account. And depreciation for that two machineries. Depreciation for two machineries. How we are getting the 15,000? How we are getting the 15,000? That is very important. You have to remember every time. First we have to calculate 10,000. Sorry, 1 lakh into 10 by 100. So amount of depreciation 10,000. And for the new asset, which is purchased on the opening date of January next financial year, 50,000 into 10 by 100, 5,000. So the total of 10,000 plus 5,000, that is amount given in the amount column 15,000. The amount available in the account in the journal entry, that is the total amount of depreciation for these two assets. So remember that in that way we are calculating the amount of depreciation 15,000. and that amount also we are transferring to profit and loss account debtor to depreciation. So normally we have to write these entries in the books of accounts. My dear students, we are going to prepare the accounts, books of accounts. First one we have to prepare the machinery account. Just look at this machinery account, that column, particular column, JF, amount column in the debit side, and in the credit side also data particular JF amount column. The first entry related to, we have to write that all journal entries in the books of accounts. In machinery account we will write to bank, machinery account debtor to bank, amount 1 lakh for the first machinery purchased, and at the end of the year we are calculating the depreciation by depreciation account debtor 5,000, and we are balancing the account. So find the total 1 lakh, and we are finding the balance 1 lakh minus depreciation value 5,000, difference will be 95,000. So at the end of the year the balance of asset is 95,000. That will be brought down for the next year opening January 1st 2018 to balance brought down 95,000, and we are calculating the amount of depreciation for that year by depreciation 10,000. We are finding the total of the account 95,000 minus 10,000, it will be the amount of balance carried down 85,000. Balance carried down 85,000. That will be transferred for the third year. Third year opening value will be to balance brought down 85,000. My dear students, after that, in the question, another machinery purchased. So entry machinery account debtor to bank on January 1st, they purchased another machinery to bank, machinery second, 50,000. And we are writing the depreciation for these two machineries by depreciation. Machinery 1 depreciation 10,000, machinery 2 depreciation 5,000. So total depreciation is 15,000. Then we are finding the total of the account 1,35,000, 1,35,000 minus 15,000. The balance carried down value will be 1,20,000 minus that the 1,35,000 minus 15,000, we will get balance at the end of the year 1,20,000. That will be brought down for the next year January 1st 1,20,000. So my dear students, this is the way to prepare the machinery account. Please remember the concept. Also, we have to prepare the depreciation account. How we are preparing the depreciation account? You know the journal entry, like the same. It is also a ledger account. In the first year, there is a depreciation, 2017 December 31st. The depreciation entry is what? Depreciation account debtor to machinery. So depreciation account debtor to machinery 5,000. And this account will be closed. There will be no balance in depreciation account because every year the amount of depreciation will be transferred to profit and loss account and it will be closed. That is why the entry profit and loss account letter to depreciation. So in debit side we will write to machinery 5,000, credit side we will write profit and loss 5,000. The account is closed for that year. Next year also 2018 January 1st we are writing to machinery 10,000 is the amount of depreciation, and at the end of the year it is by profit and loss account 10,000. Third year also we are writing to machinery 15,000, and that amount of depreciation will be transferred to closing 15,000. So my dear students, this is the way to prepare the account. Please do maximum problems to learn the concept. Thank you for watching this video. Do maximum problems to enrich your knowledge. We will meet in the next class with another video. Thank you.